Hey guys, King of Charmers here, to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you a really kind of quick analysis for Bulbasaur Community Classic. Are you guys just gonna put Classic in front of every freaking thing? No, seriously. We got Ultra Premier Classic. We got Ultra Premier Cup. You have, what else the hell has Classic in it? Master Premier Classic. Master Premier Cup. Well, no, just Classic. But, like, seriously, like, anything, like, seriously, now I have to just put Classic in front of everything. How, do y'all really actually think about doing anything? Or do you pay a bunch of techies that have no idea how the hell the game operates? Or they're just a bunch of new intakes? And you're like, find out some fancy little thing to put a blurb out there. I have an idea. It's like those memes, you know, when you get that guy, like, that thing in a circle, and then everyone's, like, making suggestions. And you have one guy says, how about Community Classic? And then the guy's like, oh wait, no. Or they say, everyone says like Community Classic, and then another guy says something different, and then the boss throws him out the window. So yeah. But anyways, again, this is gonna be a quick analysis for Pokemon Go Community Classic for Bulbasaur. Is it worth stressing over this thing? No. It's like, I have no idea why people are like, oh my gosh, you should totally check out these IVs or these videos of why specific IVs blah. Unless it's the 2 Shield and unless it's Master League, a lot of that business is not going to happen. Not only that, Bulbasaur actually lost a lot of effectiveness for Great League and Ultra League. You're going to see why. It has something to do. It starts with a W and ends with an N. Anyways, again, I'm going to quickly analyze Great League, Ultra League, and then just a quick analysis. But seriously, it's not worth busting your balls over what IVs you should get. I used a terrible freaking Venusaur all the way back in Season 3, and that thing still took me a Legend / Rank 10, so yeah. Anyways, my mental health tip of the day. Speaking, since we're talking about Bulbasaur, you know, getting some sun is actually good for you. Yes, we are in a death-contained virus right now called, you know, COVID, so make sure you go outside, make sure you're adhering to guidelines, etc. But yes, getting some sun actually increases, like, it's actually beneficial for your mental health. So sun exposure actually helps you with anxiety and depression in combination with like other treatments. So going out feels really freeing. For example, like if you're depressed, generally if you stay stuck at home, it's really bad for you because you're gonna feel trapped. One of the worst things you could do is stay stuck at home or stay in one place, especially the place that really makes you depressed, or if you have trauma, staying in the same environment that makes you traumatized, because that really sucks. And not only that, your feedback loop and anxiety will just explode. So, a good way to do that is to go out with your friends, or just go out play Pokemon Go. Like, go to a place that's secluded where you can't catch COVID from anybody else, and then just play Pokemon Go. It's actually really good for your mental health. And like I said, in combination with the sun, since we're talking about Bulbasaur, will actually do a lot of benefits for you. I know plenty of people, well, actually, as a therapist, I've actually convinced other families to Pokemon Go is good for you. So, you know, but yes, definitely recommend go outside, go get some sun, go play this, because it's not super. If you already have your Bulbasaurs built and you're thinking of playing this event, go out there, walk out in the sun, or go out with your friends, etc. Make sure you guys are adhering to guidelines. Make sure y'all keep yourself safe. But yes, go get some sun. Anyways, without further ado, this is going to be my quick analysis for Bulbasaur Community Classic, and let's get started. Alright, so Venusaur was actually a beast in Great League. It was infamous for the Venusaur Double Steel line, as well as its versatility. And the reason why Venusaur is so good is because of Frenzy Plant. Community moves are generally overpowered because they have a high damage output, and generally the Pokemon also have really good fast moves. Which is why Swampert for the longest time has literally been the destroyer of your elo across all 3 leagues at one point. You probably don't see a lot of Master League Classic now or Master Premier Cup, but back in the day, Swampert was actually used a lot and did a lot of damage. So Swampert was a monster. So as you see here, the reason why Venusaur dropped off to hell in Great League, and the reason why you don't really have to go after another one for IV-wise, is because of Walrein. Well, I'm gonna correct. So I've been saying Walrein just to piss you guys off, because I know, like, a lot of you, but one of my friends is like, dude, it's Walrein. Walrein. Like, you know, like you raid. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a garbage wrestler. I'm just kidding. You know, Roman Reigns is actually okay. But, you know, he's like it's John Cena is better than Roman Reigns. No, seriously, it is. This whole gimmick of, like, acknowledge me. Like, Okay, it took you like 15 years to find your gimmick. Meanwhile, Super Scene has won 16 championships already. Bro, you've won like 6. Calm down. Roman Reigns is a cool dude. I think he's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. But as a wrestler, yes, I'm talking about WWE. But anyways, Walrein is the reason why Venusaur essentially like takes a backseat. Because Walrein is out here, things like Alolan Ninetales, etc. are actually more prevalent now. So Venusaur is like gets slapped in the face. Now, that doesn't mean it's not all bad because of Walrein's existence. That means more fighters come up, but there are better options out there for fighters. As you see here, for key losses, for fighter coverage in general, you don't see Venusaur in a majority of these. In fact, Shadow Nidoqueen's probably the one you will see the most. But as you see, if we look at Venusaur overall in Great League, Venusaur ranks at 53. It used to be a lot higher, but it's not great anymore just because of Walrein's existence. Also, along with that, yes, Venusaur can lose to Bastion as well as Medicham. Medicham can Psychic you to Oblivion. Even Deoxys defense, yes, you resist those counters. However, Psycho Burst hits like a truck. And when you get boosted to victory, it's GG's. And you can even lose to things like Obstagoon, etc. Of course, Altaria is going to destroy your soul. The good thing is that Venusaur does well against a lot of combinations. You still do well against G-Fist. You still do well against Dark types as well as Sableye. And of course, the stupid bunny Azumarill. So not to say it's not bad. It has merits in a lot of places. But in the current meta right now, Venusaur ain't that great. So this is it for Great League. Even the Shadow one. As far as Venusaur's placements goes, as you see, probably best used. Not even, it used to be rated so much higher. 75 in the lead, 99 as a switch, and usually you only see in the lead or closer because you won't throw Venusaur into something unless you have a strong matchup against it. For example, if they throw Swampert into you as a safe switch, you throw Venusaur into it. It's just natural. But as you see here, Venusaur dropped off a lot. It used to be a lot higher than 35 and 60 back in the day. And then that's for Great League. So for Great League, as you see, overall, Venusaur, isn't, dude, you took a huge hit. Not to say it's not still good, it doesn't have merit, but again, in this infested meta where Walrein is very popular and a lot of Walrein's counters can beat Venusaur, not really a great idea to have a Venusaur, but it's still used. I still see it out there, so I'm just saying. Not part of my team, but that's Great League. So this is Great League, and now we're going to move on to Ultra League. Alright, you're probably not going to use Venusaur for Ultra League. Don't use Venusaur for Ultra League. Giratina says hi. So most of the time you'll be using Venusaur in Ultra Premier Classic or back in the day Ultra Premier Cup. So Venusaur still ranks pretty high. The issue is there's a lot of things that kill Venusaur nowadays. Venusaur back in the Ultra Premier Cup days actually used to be a top 5 pick, was a part of the most powerful teams for a very long time, just because, like I mentioned, Frenzy Plant is overpowered, and Poison and Grass is actually a great coverage against a multiple amount of combinations. Ultra Premier Classic, Venusaur, if you get triple water, Venusaur wrecks your soul. But as you see here, things like Alolan Muck, Charizard. Alolan Muck's gotten more prevalent with the Poison Jab, with the Poison buffs, with Poison Jab, and with Nidoqueen, of course, the Poison Fang buff. And things like Charizard, Trevenant, Dragonite. There's a lot of things that can kill a Venusaur in Ultra Premier Classic. Not only that, guess who took the reign? Walrein is now a top 3 mon. The top 2 combinations and the top core, in my opinion, of Ultra Premier Classic and Ultra League in general, Walrein and Trevenant, will all destroy Venusaur. So, yeah, your best bet is to have Venusaur against a fighter, but something called Excavalier. Excavalier will wall a Venusaur. So, while Excavalier overall has gained prominence in this cup because of its coverage, not only that, it's a fantastic closer. It's a top 3 closer in Ultra Premier Classic. So, you're not even getting... You want to know, Venusaur ranks at number freaking 30, bro. It used to be really good, but then, of course, something's going to ruin the meta. Guess what? Walrein ruins your meta. And there's a lot of other things like the Empoleon Double Dragon team. Double Dragon still does well against Venusaur because Venusaur does neutral damage. So, Frenzy Plant's strong, but it's not that good in comparison to us back in the day, especially with Trevenant and Walrein running around. So, just keep that in mind. Walrein Shadow is still very good for the fact just because, Frenzy Plant's freaking overpowered. So it's not super bad, but there's definitely better choices out there. And if you have a Shadow, yeah, there's definitely better choices out there. Well, Venusaur is good, but it's not as great as in comparison to a lot of newer things, specifically Trevenant and Walrein that just run this cup. Alright, now here's a matrix. I'm going to just run through it really quickly just to show you how much IVs don't really freaking matter. all these IV enthusiasts just need to shut the hell up. No, seriously, because here's the thing. IVs matter when they matter, and IVs are overrated in Pokemon Go. Unless you're formulating a specific strategy, you have a 1 in 4,096 chance of getting the IV spread you want. 1 in 4,096. And they probably don't think about this, but then people that are actually fans of these IV enthusiasts, you're doing yourself a disservice because then you get anxious over going out and spending hours putting yourself in danger because of COVID. That's one thing. And two, you might not even get the spread you want because of 1,496. Not only that, IVs matter when they matter. If you heard that phrase before, that's because it's completely true. There's a lot of things that can happen in Pokemon Go. For example, the only specific, like, scenario, and it's not even absolute, is the Safe Switch and the 2 Shield. That's the only reason your IVs don't matter. Outside of that, most of the analysis people will give you is from the 1 Shield. The 1 Shield is like one of the most unabsolute scenarios ever, because in the 1 Shield, you can run the clock, switch out, catch a move, etc. There's a lot of different factors. So instead of pulling your hair out and telling people, oh, you should go after 124.9, etc., look at this. This is just Great League Venusaur, for example. Not only did Venusaur fall off in effectiveness, but if you look at the spread, this is just a 2 Shield. As you see, I put the general, add and compare, high defense, etc. Everything is the same. Most of everything is the same. And high defense or high IV spreads, you still barely win this matchup. Anything with like 500 rating is very iffy. 3 turns will flip this scenario. So what your opponent can do is get 2. If you fire Icy One at the wrong interval and they get 2 Vine Whips through, then they'll have enough energy to dish you from existence. And even then, there's a lot of different things you can do. Venusaur can undercharge. They can break both of your shields here. As you see, they can break both of your shields, and then they can swap out. So there's a lot of things that can happen in between here that makes this scenario null. Unless your opponent just stays in and it's like really unknown. Very specific ratings. So again, unless it's a specific strategy. Generally, other than that, your IVs don't really freaking matter. People will go after IVs of the highest caliber, but as you see here, for some Pokemon like Venusaur, actually for most of them in general, a lot of them will be the same. Obviously, you're not going to hold a high attack Venusaur from hell so that Crusader can kill you, but again, as you see here, most of the ratings are generally the same. That or it's a really, really close matchup. Unless it's Master League, because in Master League, best buddying, and of course, Dialga's running around to take your soul, so. But as you see, every IV spread beats generally of mostly what you're supposed to beat. There's a few intricacies here and there, but Go Battle League doesn't work 100% of the time. Even in the 1 Shield, if you explore Venusaur in the 1 Shield, I'm not going to go to zeros, but the 1 Shield's a good example too. Look at it. Practically the same exact freaking thing. And not only that, if you call the bait wrong in some of these scenarios, you lose. The 1 Shield's very 50-50-ish. Unless you know for a fact or you lock in your opponent to where like, okay, I just have to do this to win. There's really no point in stressing about it. The 1 Shield, everything is generally the same. Literally the same. Unless you're going to use a high attack Venusaur. But this is why I always say, just get the highest rank you can. Unless you're trying to win CMP, which you should be just using a high attack Venusaur in general or a high combination, it generally doesn't matter. Unless you're trying to win CMP or like, yeah, that's the only reason you would want a high attack Venusaur. Other than that, if you look at it, everything you beat is pretty much the same. Bulk and breakpoints are generally the same. These statistics are so close. 1 point doesn't matter that much. It really doesn't. How many of y'all have time to go out here to spend hours of your day for a 1 in 4,096 chance, or like however much of the spread is, for you to get a Pokemon? I don't. I'm a wrestling coach. I'm a dang therapist. Like, for those of you, if you do it, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, encourage you to go out and everything like that. But don't stress about it. Get the highest rank you can. Get a high IV one. And be done with it. That's really it. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So if you're going to go after Bulbasaur, here's the thing. High rank, high attack. Literally, that's it. Just go after the ones you can. Go out there. Evolve the ones you already have. But generally, Bulbasaur, there is nothing specific about Venusaur that really freaking matters for both Great League and Ultra League. Not only that, like I mentioned, because of Walrein and Trevenant's existence, Venusaur's dropped off a lot in both Great League and Ultra League. So in the future, I can foresee it getting worse. Not to say in specific cups or formats, Venusaur would not be great, but there is not a cup I remember where Venusaur actually has trucked or eclipsed the entire meta. Even in Kanto Cup, Venusaur wasn't a monolith or a huge beast. Used to be an open Great League, but now you got Walreins running around. So, yeah. but not to say it's not great. Get one, get your high attack, get your high rank, and then be done with it. Or if you already have some built, you can be like me and just skip the whole thing altogether. Of course, if you do have a high IV Bulbasaurs that you've been saving forever, make sure you evolve those as well. Make sure you evolve them. Make sure you put them together. But yes, don't stress about IVs. No, seriously. If you go watch some stupid video that tells you get this IV and that IV spread, don't listen to them. They don't listen to them. They're just trying to sound cool. It's not actual evidence. If IVs mattered so freaking much, why did I use a rank 2000 Venusaur to make rank 10? Why? Why? And even then, if you get the mirror match, the high rank one will win CMP anyway. So you theoretically lose because this one wins CMP. You ever have those matches that come down to CMP and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna win with CMP. But whatchamacallit told me the defense spread can reach this bulk point, blah blah blah, but they win CMP, but so it doesn't matter anyways. Seriously. I'll be putting another video on that like soon. I actually need to do that soon because like the top 5 reasons why like IVs don't matter. If you agree with me, put it in the comments below. No, seriously, put in the comments, like, let me know, because I need to put that master. I'd rather have that education out there, because what happens when you don't do this, you cause a lot of mental illness to run around as far as anxiety, a lot of anxiety, because you're like, oh my gosh, but things said, so then you should totally get this. No, you don't have to get what the hell this person says. Hell, you don't even have to get what King of Charmander says. Actually, I'm just telling you, get 2 general things, and then deal with it. Don't stress about it. But nah, these people want to tell you and want to, because they want to act smart. Pokemon Go PvP is not that intricate. It really isn't. It's not that intricate and interesting compared to other games. If it really was, then we would have millions and millions of dollars. All these top organizations like Optic Phase, Energy G2, they would all be investing in Pokemon Go. But no, they don't. So be quiet. Like, you know, like Karate Kid. Like, you know, like Johnny Lawrence. Like, quiet. Like, yeah. Because all these IV enthusiasts just need to shut the hell up. They piss me off. Because, yeah. Anxiety. And y'all are a bunch of idiots anyways. Anyways, I'm done with my rant. You do you. But yes, don't stress about it. Go out there, go have some fun, go get some sun. Really appreciate my current subscribers. Do me a huge favor, like and subscribe. It's totally free, and you can do that by putting that little, you see that little sub box to the bottom right? Put your mouse over it, boom, you can do the subscribe. Again, I really appreciate my current subscribers. I hope I don't annoy you. If I do, you're more than welcome to unsubscribe. But you know what? I'd rather be truthful than a freaking blatant liar just so I could get clicks for views. Good luck in Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.